Hey, what's good, Barbecue family? It's your boy Joe Mill here, back with Killer Miller Q. Another hot football Sunday, and today we'll be making the ultimate chicken leg. We'll be doing a chicken lollipop. I got a great marinade. We're gonna treat it like a wing, but guarantee this thing's gonna be riding. Let's get right to it. Cut the music. It is the night before football weekend, and it's time to get this thing going. We got a little bit of prep to do. As you can see, excuse me, I got a nice pack of chicken drumsticks here. I'm going with chicken drumsticks instead of normally on the first weekend of football. I love to have me some chicken wings, but as you already know, and it's a lot of expensive things out here, so I want to show you some ideas, things that you can do differently. I'll put this little bit of extra work in to make these babies lollipop, basically Frenching them babies up on the bone, getting rid of some of that nastiness, and then putting it in there where it's nice big plump pieces of meat. We're going to get this done. I think this is about 12 legs. 12 legs for $6. 4.33 pounds of meat. Can't beat that. Like I said, right now with the prices on everything, to come away from there, I'd have probably paid about 14 bucks or something like that for a pack of chicken wings. So we're going to rock with these, but I'm going to make them pretty. Let's first things first get these babies cleaned up, and I'll show you how we French these. All set. Now, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to grab one of these puppies out, and I'll kind of give you a preview of what's going to happen. So I'm going to take my knife. One of the first things I do, I back up a little bit is, and you can already see I've done it as I was kind of rinsing them off, and I'm doing it right now, which is I pull that skin down because I want to make sure that I do my best to cover up this drumstick as much as I can. I'm going to be cutting off some of this loose fat like that right there. And then the next thing what I want to do is I'm basically going up on this drumstick to about where the meat starts and where the skinny part stops. So roughly about right here, I'm gonna make a line all the way around in a 360 circle. And once you do expose that, you're gonna notice there's a lot of these little tendons and connective tissue and everything right there. I'll show you once I get one of these open, but I wanna get rid of that, and I'm actually gonna pull that skin right over the top of this knuckle, and then we're gonna be left with just this exposed meat here. And all we're gonna do is basically, I always like to call it the OK sign, or a couple other things I could think of. But basically, one way or another, we're going to grab this chicken leg, and basically with the other hand, grabbing right here on the top, pull it towards me while pushing down. And all I'm going to be doing is driving that meat down, and we're going to make a nice little lollipop. But first things first, let's make that meat cut. Just like that. And I sawing this thing all the way around to try to get some of this broken up. You can see it's still a little bit connected that I'm going to have to get there. You see these tendons and everything. This is some of the stuff that I never liked about dark meat. You know, at the end of the day, we're going to get all that up out of here to start. We're going to clean that off. This one actually had a little bit of meat down low, as you can see. So whatever I can save, and it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and make sure I get that last little bit of that off of there. And I'm going to push this down, and we're coming right over the top. And then that's going to come right over the top. So basically we're getting rid of all that little bit of knuckle, a lot of that nastiness, as I like to call it, a lot of that connective tissue, some of them other little areas. You should be getting down to the nice knuckle of the bone, pretty much seeing nothing but this. And then from there, now we'll make it pretty. I'll go ahead and pull this back over the top, and then we'll go ahead and I'm gonna push this down. Let me get this other hand on here. And even though he leaning, or she leaning, that's about what you should look like. There's another optional step that you can do. Right along in the inside of here, there's a bone that's usually sticking up that's kind of pokey. They'll call it the old Texas toothpick, as I've heard it. You can get rid of that real easy by basically taking your knife the long way straight down and then just kind of breaking it, and it'll break off. And that thing is actually pretty sharp. I already got mine out. I'll show you. I'll do like one more and kind of show you what it looks like. It's somewhere in this mound of stuff, but it is pretty pokey. So I mean, it's definitely something you can take out if you're gonna go for it. Make sure you get it done and then chase it so you get it all the way out of there. But there's one. Let's go. Next, line all the way around. I always take those tendons, pull them a little bit towards you, and then cut them so that way you can get rid of most of it. You can kind of see it right there. Now let's go ahead and pull this right over the top. Here we go. Get rid of that. Let's push it down. There it is. Now if we look in there real close, you can see that thing right here. That is that Texas match. So what I want to do is I want to slide my knife in between the bone and in between that little pokey. And then basically I'm going to slide it down as far as I can, down into here. And I'm going to turn my knife, which will make it break. You'll hear it snap. And then you just got to make sure that you fish it out of there and pull it out. And there it is. And I kind of bent it as I was fighting to get that thing out of there. I try to go as low as I can down to the bottom, but this thing is actually pretty sharp. It almost poked my glove initially. But it'll get you. You can leave it or you can get rid of it. I also like using my scissors for that one, because once I break it with that knife, I can easily go down there nice and deep with my little scissors, clip it right off at the bottom, and then just pull it out pretty easy. But that's basically what you're doing for these lollipops. Let me knock out these other 10, and we'll get this marinade together. All set. Not too bad at all. We got that out the way. Everybody's lollipopping, looking pretty. This is all the waste, all those little bits of the knuckle on the back end, along with some of those tendons and stuff. Nothing to see here. Let's get to the portion where we get into the marinade. And everything that I need for this marinade is out, as you see here. Super simple, super flavorful. I'm gonna give you this one for free. We got a whole bottle of this Italian dressing going in. I need 2 cups of some red hot or whatever hot sauce you want to use. And then I got a half a cup of Worcestershire, whatever you like to call it, and a half cup of soy sauce. I usually will use some less sodium soy sauce, just because soy sauce is so salty. And obviously I'm going to have plenty of other salt in here from all these other ingredients, let alone these actually going to get seasoned up tomorrow. So I went with less sodium. Let's get that together. I'm using my liquid mixing cup because it'll be easy and I can just keep refilling. But first things first, Italian's going in. Whole bottle. Got that red hot. 2 cups. Worcestershire. There's that half a cup. We got that reduced sodium soy sauce going in there with half a cup. Now let's mix this up. And once you get to mixing it up, not only are you going to smell this thing, but you'll get into a nice looking dark, deep red look like this. And usually I would do my marinade in a Ziploc bag or something like that, just so I can flip it in the middle of the night or something like that. But since I already had this chicken in the bowl, why mess up something else? I just want to make sure I get all of this chicken submerged. And we'll cover up this bowl, and it's going to work just like this. That looks good. This is how it's going to get put away in the refrigerator. I'm going to grab a little bit of saran wrap, going right over the top. I'll see y'all in the morning. Okay, it's the morning after. And we got our lollipops in there still marinating. They've had a good chance, and I can smell that marinade from here. They kind of hang out in there all night. And now we'll be coming out. I'm going to be letting them drip off a little bit, shake them dry. And then I won't need to give too much of a coating or anything like that before we come on with this MVP rub from AC Barbecue. This is an all-purpose rub that I think will not only give it a nice little bit of bright color, but some good flavors to add on in there. One thing that's nice is it's not very high on salt, which we have plenty of flavor in there already. So I'm thinking this is going to do us nice. Let me get these up out of here and we'll start the seasoning. There we go, and I grabbed myself a rack just so I don't keep getting them re-wet as I kind of get them seasoned up. You can see they got that nice tinge of a darker red color, so that marinade has definitely got a chance to penetrate. Time to get some of this seasoning on. There we go. Look at the color already on these. They almost look like they're ready to eat, but they just sitting up nice and pretty. That MVP on here looks beautiful. We got a great amount of color all the way around. I can't be mad. We're gonna see how this comes out with AC. We're gonna get out here to this grill and let's see if things are about ready to get in. To the grill, Killer Q, running right along, a little over 300. I'm gonna lose some of that once I open it up. So basically what I did was I got my whole grill started up with some mesquite wood, so I got a little bit of mesquite chunks in there, and now I'm adding in a nice big cherry wood lump. That's what we're gonna cook with. I really want to be at about 275. We hovering 300. Once I get this in there, it will probably hold, so that'll be perfect to cook that chicken with. Let's get this on here and we'll let it go ahead. There we go. You can sit right there. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. I got a good bed, so I'm not worried. It's gonna kick in real quick fast. I already got her cleaned out. And I'm hoping I got enough clearance. We're gonna go right here on this top rack. I went ahead and just assembled these babies, as you see, kind of some leaning towers. So I gotta make sure I close it up real nice and easy, and we'll see if they actually can stay up. A couple things you could have did. I could have used my rack that I got where I allow them all to hang. That would have been easy. I've done that before in some of the other videos. I just want to show it this time directly on the rack. You can also take a knife and then cut off the bottom just so it makes it real flat and even. Helps it obviously to stand up a little bit more evenly. But or you can lay it right down on the rack. Either way, doesn't matter. I do like cooking it with its butt sitting down like that. I feel like it just keeps the meat all sitting in one area, like how I got it in the beginning. But the one thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna hit these with a little bit of olive oil. Not olive oil, excuse me. I got some avocado spray oil. I'm gonna hit those real quick with that just to help that skin to crisp up nice. And we're gonna close this thing up. I'll bring y'all back here in about 20-25 minutes. We'll probably get a little bit of a rotation and we'll keep it moving. Hey team, I want to jump in here real quick and give you this public service announcement. I want to make sure that you know we are launching a new Killer Q fan club. If you're looking to support the channel, want to keep some of these cooks going and kind of see this thing grow out a little bit more, feel free to join there. I'm going to be adding in the healthy cooking series there, which will be an additional video every week, some bonus content, some behind the scenes, and early admission into the weekly videos. If you can't do that, you could always support by making sure you go to that bottom right corner and subscribe. Check out any videos you've missed, recommend it to the friends, and then if you haven't done it already, find me on Facebook, IG, and TikTok. But right now, let's get back to that work. In the meantime, we're gonna knock out and put together this homemade ranch. This is a hell of a lot better than the ranch that you're gonna grab without all the preservatives, as much in it as least. We are still using regular ingredients, so obviously you're gonna have some, but not as much as some of those ranches that's on your shelf. Nothing too crazy here. We got about a half a cup of some buttermilk, another half a cup of sour cream, another half a cup of some mayo. We have a fourth of a cup of parsley right here. You can use, I mean, really it comes up to your preference. You can do 1 clove of garlic. I went with 2 cloves this time because I always like garlic. This is about a teaspoon of some lemon juice. We got about a tablespoon of chives. We got a tablespoon of dill. And then I forgot, but we also gonna have a half a teaspoon of some Worcestershire sauce. And we're gonna be salt and peppering this thing to taste. Get everything into the pool, starting with some of this buttermilk, then this sour cream, then this mayo, garlic, dill, chives, the parsley, the Worcestershire, and finally the lemon juice. And let's mix this all up. And you can literally just see this thing coming together. It's gonna be so much better than what you're used to and a little closer to what's at the restaurant. Give it a quick little taste just so you know where it's at. And then we want to salt and pepper this thing to taste. And I'm probably guessing I'm at least going to want at least about a teaspoon of salt, maybe a half teaspoon of pepper or so. Yep. Okay, so we go ahead and left that in the refrigerator, let that come together a little bit. I'm adding 1 more of these cherry chunks on, and full disclosure, trying to just shake my grill up too much. I did chop in here one time while I was putting together that ranch, just to try to check out these lollipops and give them a little bit of a rotation. Color was looking spot on. Let's be nice. and open these babies up and see where we at. Check that out. You can see I had to move them around a little bit, but boy, they got some beautiful color. Might hit them with a little more avocado, but they're not looking too bad. And I'm gonna get a temp. I'm gonna let these babies go till they're about 185-ish, and we'll get them up off of here. Right, I ran out there and grabbed my thermometer. Man, these are looking so pretty, but just to give you an idea, this is closer to my flame, so this is more the hot side. 147. I still got plenty of good time left to smoke. I like that. 1 hour 45 minutes, and I just threw a log in. And these babies are still sitting here looking crusty. I can already tell they're gonna have a great texture on there. That rub on there, nice and crispy, giving y'all a nice panoramic. I want to take these babies to hopefully about 180 without turning them all dark, because they look so pretty. But I damn sure don't want to have to steam them up and put them in a pan or something like that. I want this bark to stay like it is. So I'll rotate them a little bit. We'll keep playing with them. I think they'll be all right, but let me get some temperature checks. Okay, and this is one closest to the flame again. 167-ish. So it ain't in a bad spot. That's close to the flame. Let me try the middle and then try that side. Okay. 168. Okay, about consistent. Then the lowest, of course, so 160. All right, I'm gonna do some rotating here. Everybody looking good. I'm figuring another 15 minutes after the rotation, they should be about right. Okay, open these babies up. Let these bottoms get a little love. Rotate the lightest side towards the top. I might kiss them again, I don't know, with a little bit of the avocado oil. But 15 minutes and I think they'll be ready to come off of here. 2 hours, 10 minutes. I'll do it with the left hand. We should be pretty decent. Let's see what we get up to. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Pull! Cash Money Records. We got this thing done. We got them all just kind of sitting up tall after 180 degrees. I'm gonna let them hang out for just a little bit, and then we're gonna pick one of these to be the sacrificial lamb of the day, and we'll go from there. It's almost go time. Check these babies out. They are looking fabulous, smelling well. I took the chance to go ahead and grab that ranch right off the refrigerator. Good old AC Barbecue MVP rub on the top. Beautiful looking color. One more minute and I'm biting in that one right there. Okay, let's get you up out of here. Get you in that light. Look at all that redness. You can see that cherry wood and how that gets that color on there. Along with that marinade, I'm gonna try a bite first regular. So much flavor. Easy to bite through. Woo. Hold on, let's try this right here. Hey, and that's a wrap, family. Another blazing hot football Sunday. As you can see, or hopefully you can see, it's a lot of glare out here. And them wings, I almost don't want to call them wings. Them legs, them lollipops came out absolutely beautiful. They had a nice texture to them, nice and crusty like I like it. With that said, they was super tender, they was juicy, and then more than anything I liked, they was cheap. You think about the price of wings out here is around $4.99 a pound. You know, you can get some legs at the end of the day. I can still find that for $1.99. I think I got that whole tray for roughly around 13 bucks. And being able to feed the crowd, my daughter ended up really liking those, which ended up being a treat. So something like that for kids, they usually love having a handle. I remember back in the day, I always wanted to get that chicken leg out the bucket of chicken. It's a good thing. Putting a little bit of smoke on there, messing around with that Lone Star, which is always flawless. I think I might have said mesquite early, but I actually was cooking with some pecan wood to start off my fire. From there, I came in with those cherry chunks. That redness from that cherry was able to also help and give me that beautiful looking color that they ended up having. And then also I seasoned them up with this MVP rub. Shouts out to old Anthony Anderson and Cedric the Entertainer. I like this rub. It's got a little tangy flavor to it. It's got a beautiful color and a nice little texture, nice and even. Now here's my one gripe. They put smoke
in their rubs. Now, for me, I don't have a problem getting smoke in my food, especially when I'm cooking out there on that offset. So I kind of feel like there could be a little bit of an overkill if you're using it in a smoking type setting and using these rubs. However, if you got a gas grill, I feel like this will be perfect. Like if you were seasoning up some chicken, being able to cook it on the gas grill and come off of there, you'd be like, wow, that got a little smoke flavor in it or something like that. Or let's say if I was making like a chili or something like that and I want to put something in that'll actually give it a little bit more of that smoke which I'd probably use more of that midnight smoke versus this MVP. But regardless, I think that's where I can maybe incorporate those and use those in certain scenarios. Indoor cooks, like I said, chilies or soups or stuff like that that I want to add a little bit of smoke to. I don't got a gas grill, but if you have one out there or something like that, those might be areas where you can get some more additional smoke. Otherwise, I think for me, I like more of a traditional rub when I'm out here cooking on there, just so I don't mix my flavors or get too smoky, and it won't be because I ran a bad fire or anything like that. But overall, they came out great. Much better option than me buying a damn near $20 pack of wings and not being full. And it's something that I enjoy doing. One thing that I did do this time through, I didn't take out the Texas toothpick, as we call it, which is that little sharp bone that lays on the side of that chicken leg. That usually takes a lot more time. I tried a few of them with just going through and basically doing everything else except breaking off that last bone at the end. I tell you what, that saved a lot of time on my prep. And from there, I really didn't notice any different when it came time to eat it. So moving forward, I'll probably skip that part. It's something that's extra pretty and maybe great for competitions or fancy restaurants, whatever have you. For my backyard setting and for less getting that process of having that chicken lollipop and all that meat squished down to the bottom, I can get that without having to take that much time. So that's one tip I throw you from there. But other than that, that was a solid cook. 2 hours and 10 minutes over there with some cherry smoke. Ain't nobody mad at it at all. I appreciate y'all checking out today's video. Shouts out to my family, all my boys over there at Black Smoke Barbecue. You out there in TV land, you heard me earlier. If you get a second, you want to support the channel, go down there and subscribe to the monthly fan club. There's going to be the healthy cooking series added in there. There's going to be some additional behind the scenes looks. There's going to be some bonus footage. There's going to be some early access to videos. And I'm also going to be working on maybe getting a little something else together for you. A lot of work's in progress. With that said, I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.